Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I have been wanting to do something like this for so long, and I am going to be comparing some cheaper fragrance mists in my collections to some higher end perfumes. So kind of some dupes here. These aren't going to be like exact to everyone, but these smell so similar to me, and even if you don't think they are exact, you can definitely pair them together if you guys are looking for different lotions to go with your perfumes and so on. But you guys know I love to kind of find dupes in my collection. I always do this when I'm making Bath & Body Works reviews. I'm always trying to compare it to something that I have, so that's kind of what I like to do, and I just have never done like a full video on it. So we're going to compare quite a few today. Most of these I have discovered on my own, and a few I've seen other people mention. I was like, that is so right. So let's go ahead and get started. Now this one I feel like is getting some traction, so we'll start with this. I'm going to start with most of the mists that you can currently get. Some of these are ones that are limited. You may have to get them on Mercari, but they're still a good deal, and these will mostly be Bath & Body Works. I have a couple from other brands, but Bath & Body Works is what I buy the most in my fragrance collection. So we have the new Fall in Bloom. Now I did kind of review this on my channel, and this I did not catch right away, but all of a sudden I heard everyone saying, oh, it smells like Burberry Her, and I'm like, wait, what? I don't know, because I always thought Burberry Her to be a really super sweet, sickeningly sweet, like strawberry scent. I used to own it. I declared it because it's like too sweet for me. I kept smelling it and comparing it. I literally would go into Sephora, I would spray Burberry Her on my arm, and I had this one in the car that I would spray beforehand, and I definitely see where you guys are coming from. But I actually think this is more similar to the brand new flanker of Burberry Her, which is the Burberry Her Elixir, because I smelled that one the other day, and it's not quite as super sweet as the original. It has a little bit more of the florals, I think, and that's why it kind of reminds me more of the Fall in Bloom. But I totally get where you guys are coming from. It does on the opening smell a lot like the Burberry Her line, but Burberry Her is definitely more of a strawberry, and this is a plum scent, but they are definitely comparable. And the thing is though, the body cream in this, I'm not sure about the lotion, but the body cream is really fruity, where I feel like it doesn't quite smell like Burberry Her, but I feel like you may still be able to kind of pair them together if you guys want to pair like your cream with the perfume. I think you could. Just know it is mostly the fragrance mist that is kind of the dupe, but I definitely think it's most similar to the Elixir version. Now this dupe I feel like is pretty spot on, and this is with the new Cozy Season that came out for fall, and the Ariana Grande REM perfume. Now I know REM isn't like super expensive, but I mean it costs a lot more than a mist, and with the Bath & Body Works mist you can get them for a really good deal, like $5. So that's why I consider them to be cheap, even though sometimes they are priced at full price. Don't buy them at full price. Definitely wait for a sale. I used to think maybe that last year's Fireside Flurries was the same, but I think this one's even closer. So Cozy Season has notes of soft lavender, golden honey, and creamy oak. And this Ariana Grande also has a very strong kind of sugared lavender vibe to it that, seriously, these are literally spot on dupes in my opinion. So this is so good. It is a creamy lavender. It's not like a heavy aromatherapy, anything like that. It's very sugary, and it's so wearable and cozy for fall. And REM also has that really sweet lavender. It has notes of caramel in here, lavender of course. There's also a sandalwood note in here that would match up with the creamy oak that is in the Cozy Season. So if you guys like REM, you'll definitely like this, and if you want a lotion to go with it, definitely check out Cozy Season. This next dupe is also very spot on to me. I discovered this when I first picked up the Midnight Amber Glow, and I was so excited to kind of find a dupe for Replica's Coffee Break. I know this has been compared to some other stuff. I think Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. I'm honestly not a huge fan of that scent. I don't think it's as sweet as a lot of people are saying. To me, it's definitely more musky, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I think Coffee Break is like identical. Now with the Midnight Amber Glow body care, it's not the greatest in the body cream. If you're going to be buying body care in this one, I would definitely get the lotion instead. It smells more true. The cream is like not what I expected. It does not smell the same at all, but I absolutely love the fragrance mist. You can also buy a mini perfume in this one, but it literally smells just like Coffee Break. This one has notes of smooth amber, caramel latte, and vanilla bourbon. It is so sweet and delicious. I get caramel notes in here. You get a little bit of the booziness and then a latte kind of dry down. It's absolutely stunning. Coffee Break is right up there with it. This one has coffee notes, milk, tonka bean, and then vanilla and cedar, so a little bit woodsy as well, but I pretty much think that these are such good scents that go together. You can layer them together, or if you guys don't want to spend the money on replica, this is a really nice alternative. I try so hard to dupe the Kayali Vanilla 28, which it's a pretty basic vanilla, but you'd be surprised how hard it is to find something that smells exactly like this. And the closest I would say is Bare Vanilla from Victoria's Secret. Now I have the untamed version. I wouldn't say this is an exact dupe, but I would say the original is what most people compare it to. Like I even looked on Fragrantica and most people thought that Kayali Vanilla smelled like Bare Vanilla from Victoria's Secret. But this one is a pretty close to Bare Vanilla, so that's why I pulled it out. Vanilla 28 is a really super sweet, yummy, pure vanilla with a lot of brown sugar in there. It has a gorgeous depth to it. It's the perfect layering scent if you need to sweeten something up. So this is a really good dupe for it. It kind of does the same thing where it is more of a warmer vanilla. So if you're looking for maybe a lotion to pair with the Vanilla 28, I'm not a huge fan of the Victoria's Secret lotions in general. They're just kind of watery. But another one that's kind of close is actually Bath & Body Works Bonfire Bash. It's a lot closer than you would think, so definitely try layering to like Bonfire Bash body cream with this, but I do have Bonfire Bash in this video a little bit later, but both really great vanilla scents. Okay, back to Bath & Body Works. They released this poppy scent for the early fall. It's kind of a summer to fall transition scent. I think you can still get it. I actually really like this one, but I know not everyone's in love with it because it's not like super fall smelling, but it's such a nice everyday, really fresh floral. So poppy, I compare to Perfect by Marc Jacobs. I actually think these are pretty spot on dupes for each other. Poppy has notes of fresh morning dew, wild poppies, sugared rhubarb, and juicy pear. And I think that rhubarb is also in the Perfect notes, so let's check this one out. Yep, rhubarb is a top note, as well as they have the floral as narcissus, they have almond milk, cashmere, and cedar. So fruity floral right here, really great dupe for each other. They smell spot on. You can definitely pair the poppy like body cream or body lotion with Perfect. You can wear these together. I also wanted to mention with the Perfect, another scent that smells similar is last year's Open Sky they did, because I did compare Open Sky to Poppy. They're kind of similar, but I would say Poppy is definitely more of a spot on dupe. In Open Sky, it's a little more kind of airy, a little more unisex, but also very similar if you do own Open Sky. Back to Bonfire Bash here. I am going to go ahead and compare this one with the replica by the Fireplace. These two often get compared as dupes. They really aren't dupes in my opinion. Bonfire Bash, it is a smoky, kind of creamy, marshmallowy vanilla, but I almost think it matches up more with the Kayali than it does the By the Fireplace. It's kind of in between, but a lot of people like to put these together since it is a smokier, sweet scent. And By the Fireplace, though, is definitely a lot more woody, but I think you can definitely pair like the body cream or lotion with the perfume of By the Fireplace and have a really nice scent. Or if you want to tone this one down a bit, add a little bit of Bonfire Bash and you're good to go. But yeah, these always do get compared, so I did want to mention that. I was just kind of surprised how similar I thought this was also to the Kayali. Bonfire Bash has notes of vanilla bourbon, creamy sandalwood, and cashmere musk, while By the Fireplace has vanilla, it has chestnut in it, guaiac wood, juniper, and cashmere. Next up, I was so excited when I found this dupe last year. It is the Fairytale from Bath & Body Works in the YSL Libre perfume. I absolutely love Libre, so it was awesome to find a good dupe for this since I feel like it's a pretty unique scent and there's not a whole lot similar to it around. I actually have the intense version. I would say it's pretty close. It's a little bit more fruity than the original, so I would say these might be the closest dupe of all. Fairytale here has some notes of pomegranate nectar, fresh orange blossom, vanilla bean, and warm amber. And it's a little bit, I would say, sweeter and fruitier than Libre, but they really are so close to each other. So the Libre Intense also has notes of mandarin orange, so that definitely matches up. Vanilla, it also has ambergris, which I think is a part of amber. I'm not sure because it has that in the name, but I really do think Bath & Body Works had this scent in mind when they were making this one, and I feel like they really actually are trying to kind of copy some more popular scents these days, especially with their signature line. The signature fragrance is kind of released by themselves. They're not really with any other fragrances, and they have like a perfume, they have like the whole range, and they're like $1 more than the other scents, but they are totally worth it for like the longevity. Like this is a powerhouse from them, and just how similar they are to high-end perfumes. So this is such a great match. For our next dupe, this one's a bit controversial because I feel like when anyone tries to compare anything to Baccarat Rouge, it's like a whole ordeal, but the truth be told, there really is so many similar scents these days to Baccarat Rouge. A lot of people compare Ariana Grande Cloud. I know there's a Pacifica dupe. Bath & Body Works in the Stars I've personally compared before, but this by far is the closest thing I have smelled to Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kirk de Jean, and it is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush 68. It literally smells so identical, and Baccarat Rouge is one of my favorite perfumes. Obviously, this isn't going to be as long-lasting. This is so expensive, but I will tell you, it does last on your skin, but these two are so crazy similar. I have the body cream as well in this one, and I wouldn't say the body cream is as close. I feel like the fragrance mist is closer, but it does pair so nicely together. I always wear my body cream with my Baccarat Rouge, and you could spray this as well, like, or take it with you on the go. Like I mentioned, Bath & Body Works in the Stars has been compared, but I don't think it's quite on the same level as this is. They both have that really yummy sweetness, very airy vibe, a little musky too. It's absolutely such a stunning fragrance. Okay, this is kind of an interesting one because I only have a sample to compare this to, but I smelled the new Maison Francis Kirk de Jean 724 that just released. I have a little sample of it, and it reminded me so much of Bath & Body Works white t-shirt. These are really close, like fresh laundry scents, like pure dryer sheets is kind of what you're getting with these, and it is beautiful. Like, I think it's still like wearable, and that's why I immediately thought of white t-shirt, because it's still a little bit perfumed, but it's definitely not something you probably are going to reach for all the time. But I just couldn't believe how close these were. Like, I definitely don't need to go and buy this new 724, but if you were thinking about it, just know that it really smells like white t-shirt. Let me compare the notes here. So we have on white t-shirt, it is crisp pear, fresh white t-shirt, lavender cloud, clean musk, and soft sandalwood. This one is limited edition, so you can't really get it right now, but I've seen it offered very affordable on like Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay if you are wanting to try it. The similar notes here are actually going to be that the 724 has white musk, white t-shirt has clean musk, and then they both have sandalwood in the notes, so they do have some notes that do match up. Definitely check out white t-shirt. I hope they do bring this one back next year. I know it's not for everyone, but I just think it is such a unique and fresh kind of scent. If you just want something clean, if you just get out of the shower, going to the gym, this is a really nice one to reach for. And this scent is like $300, so get the dupe. Okay, this one I did not notice on my own, I will say, but I was reading Fragrantica because I was trying to find like, what does this one smell like? This is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 40. I love this one. It has black amber plum and vanilla woods as the notes, so there is also like warm musk in here, Brazilian orchid. It's a really sweet scent, and for the longest time I smelled a lot of vanilla. There's something very creamy, woodsy in here, and I always thought it was like similar to Prada Candy. But then I looked on Fragrantica, and the #1 scent that this is compared to is actually Vanilla Woods by the Seven Virtues, and when I smelled them together I was like, wait a minute, like these are similar. Now, the Vanilla Woods, I really liked it at first. It's still a nice vanilla, but I just don't really love the dry down so much, and I feel like this is actually like the perfect version of it that adds just a hint more fruitiness to it, that it's not so dark and woody. But these are both really nice woody vanillas. So I may try kind of sweetening this one up even more with the Brazilian Crush number 40 cream and see if I like that a bit more. But honestly, I think I just prefer the number 40. But these really are such a good dupe for each other. They're so similar, but Sol de Janeiro just hits it a little bit different, and they just do a little bit better job in my opinion. The next few I have features some more kind of limited edition fragrances that you can't get in stores right now, but again, you can find them from resellers. But I did want to go ahead and compare these two because I do feel like they're the most similar to each other that I have in my collection, and it's going to be Bubblegum Pop from Bath & Body Works and then Moschino. This is the Toy 2 Bubblegum Edition. These two do smell exactly like bubblegum right on the opening. I feel like the Bath & Body Works one is just a little bit more fruity. Now unfortunately this one did not come with a lotion, which is so sad. They only have shower gel and mist. Maybe we'll see it again next year, but it is like true double bubblegum, a little fruity. It's delicious. This one actually has that same kind of opening, but then it dries down a little bit more kind of musky and deep, so it doesn't keep that brightness. These two I really like to pair together because I just get a little bit more fruity sweetness with this one, and then it just kind of adds that in on the dry down as well. But they really are so close to each other, and if you do have this one from the semi-annual sale this year, just know that it smells pretty similar to the Moschino one. So if you're wanting something a little bit more long lasting, maybe check out this one too. But I had to go ahead and put these as a little dupe for each other. I also wanted to go ahead and throw these in there, so I was trying to think what cherry scent this would go best with, and this is Bath & Body Works Sugared Cherry Crisp. Now I know this has been discontinued for a few years now. Some people still do have this in their collection, and if you guys were wanting a cheaper alternative for the Tom Ford Lost Cherry, I think this is the closest like fragrance mist you're gonna find for it. I was thinking if this would be close to the Kayali as well, but I find it to be the most similar to the Tom Ford because Tom Ford is a bit of a brighter like cherry pie kind of scent. The Kayali has a little bit more woodsiness to it, so I feel like these two are a really great match. Sugared Cherry Crisp, does it even have the notes on this? I don't think it does, but you get what I mean. It smells like a cherry pie. The Tom Ford is like a hint more sour. It also is a bit more almondy, so it's a little bit, I would say, brighter, if that makes sense, than the Sugar Cherry Crisp. But I do feel like these two are very similar and they do pair really nicely together, so I did want to go ahead and mention those. This will be my last dupe of the day. These two get talked about so much together, so I had to go ahead and mention it. If you guys have Bath & Body Works Dahlia, this is a limited scent. I think it got discontinued either last year or the year prior, and it gets compared a lot to Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. Dahlia has notes of velvet dahlia petals, crisp pear, praline musk, and whipped tonka bean. I know that Good Girl has praline and tonka bean in the notes as well. This is a powerhouse though, so this is going to be super strong. It's a little bit deeper than Dahlia is. Dahlia is kind of like the fun, cutesy version of it, but they really do remind me of each other in a way for sure. You can definitely pair them with each other. The Dahlia is just a little bit sweeter and fun. This one's more like deeper, sexy, night out kind of vibes. So that is going to be all of my dupes I have to mention for you guys today. I rounded up so many, and I kind of want to do these seasonally when there is some new scents out, because I do feel like, again, Bath & Body Works is trying to kind of dupe some higher end perfumes, and it's just kind of fun to see what compares. Let me know if you guys have any dupes down below that I missed and need to check out, because I'm always up to finding more affordable options, because those perfumes can get very pricey, and it's nice to get something similar at a discounted price, or especially for me when I do own the high-end version but I just don't know what lotion to pair. Like, you can totally find like dupe lotions from Bath & Body Works, Sol de Janeiro, Victoria's Secret, and make your scent last seriously all day long. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.